Hello everyone, welcome back to iCanfield Vietnam. Today we are pleased to welcome Mr. Kevin to join us and share a lot of insights about EB-5 landscape. So first of all, would you mind introducing a bit about yourself to our audience?
Yeah, absolutely. So my name is Kevin Wright, and I've been in the EB-5 industry since 2006, so this is my 20th year. I'm an economist and a business plan writer. So we structure and set up projects for EB-5 and do all of the job studies. So over history, we've created 225 regional centers, and we've done over 1,500 projects where they're business plans and economic studies.
It sounds awesome. So Kevin, given your extensive experience in economic analysis for EB-5 projects, we'd love to explore the economic side of what makes a strong and credible investment. So first of all, from your experience, how should investors evaluate whether a project's job creation numbers are truly reliable rather than overly optimistic projections?
Yeah, so I think that being that EB-5 is generally based on a construction-based project, there are two types of jobs. There are construction jobs and there are operating jobs. So let's say you're building a hotel. First, you have jobs created by building it, and secondly, you have jobs created by operating that hotel. The important thing to understand is that the construction jobs are much more valuable than the operating jobs, because if your project has a completion guarantee, you can guarantee that all the money will be spent to complete that project, and therefore all of those jobs will therefore be created. Versus an operating job where it's based upon a projection of how well that hotel or whatever the business is will do. And since most people project the best possible case, there's a good chance that you could be off by 10 or 20% on the operating side. So construction jobs are really the most important thing.
All right, so I see. That's really insightful. And then from an economist's perspective, what are the most common risks that could cause a project to underperform in terms of job creation?
Yeah, so jobs are created, again, through either construction or operations of a project, right? And so on the construction side, really for it to underperform means that the hotel doesn't complete construction. And if it doesn't complete construction, there will not be enough jobs, right? And so the things the investors should really look for are the things that guarantee the completion of the hotel, such as fully capitalized projects, backup sources of funding in case the EB-5 were to fall short, and completion guarantees by the developer to guarantee that project's going to complete.
All right, I see. So beyond risk, many investors today are looking at the broader impact of their investments. So beyond immigration benefits, how do you assess the broader economic value of EB-5 projects in terms of local growth, employment, and long-term impact?
Yeah, so when we're doing an economic report, the USCIS requires that we measure all of these things in the reports. Well, everybody investors anyway, they focus on the job creation. The USCIS also needs to see other things. And so we measure increases in household income that are created from the project. And in a job creation standpoint, it's not only the direct jobs that are being created at the project site, but also the indirect jobs from the supply chain that supports that project, and the induced jobs that are created when the employees of the project, let's say, go to the grocery store and buy groceries. They're helping to employ the local community people at the grocery store. And so there are multiple types of things that we measure, and also increases in taxes for the local community, which supports their school systems and other things that we measure.
Thank you for your sharing. And we really appreciate your sharing these insights. So I think this gives investors a much clearer framework to evaluate EB-5 opportunities beyond just the surface. Thank you all, and we hope to see you again in our next video. Thank you and bye-bye.